boring character. Who is currently the most boring character on the square, and why is it Keanu? Another lovely little Reddit Tales video we have, as people have taken over to the r/EastEnders subreddit to just simply shit on all of the characters they think aren't even that and not that fun to hate, just really fucking mid. Like, why would you have a fucking, like, it's like a fucking ham and butter sandwich when over there you've got a fucking Subway, like, making some fucking, like, turkey fucking... Whoa. Imagine that.
Are we going to throw our boring characters first?
We'll splice them in there, but let's just get through some of the fucking annoyances.
I'm just going to throw one character out there. One character, maybe two. Sucky and Eve.
Fucking hell. Alright. First person goes Keanu. Why is he even there? What was the purpose of bringing him back? Good question, future singer 9022. Ultimately, he's been brought back to give Sharon something to do. For some reason, not sure why she's with a child, but ultimately, well, she's got to do something on the show, hasn't she? And that's have a weird relationship with someone who could easily be her child. She even treats him like a child. So maybe that's just a part of her, maybe this is Sharon becoming Dirty Sharon Watts. It doesn't really work as well as Dirty Den, but... yeah, there's not even any S words that could be that interesting.
The shitter Sharon.
The shitter Sharon Watts. Someone says, I guess it's a meaningful way to get Phil and Sharon back together, and if Sharon realised once and for all she no longer has any love for Keanu, then her and Phil can finally move on from the Keanu affair and get back together. Somebody simply said, to be honest, I'm so bored of this Phil and Sharon arc they've been trundling on since the 90s. It's been 30 years! It's been 30 years! Stop with the Phil and the Sharon, please. It's so boring and so dead. I like soaps having characters that are always meant to be together, because then it's a lot, they're soulmates. Unlike Jay and Lola, of course, but they're soulmates. They've always been destined to love each other above everyone else. But no, we're just heading straight back to the same direction. Just like someone just decides to move all the fucking sauce out the cupboard, but the sauce has been there for the last 30 years. And now your mum's crying because her dad put that sauce there in the 90s. It's like, it's been 30 years. Next person says, I thought we had a spoiler that she would get back with that vicar guy. I'm glad she didn't. I personally want Phil and Sharon back together and Kat and Alfie together. I don't care what anyone says.
Well,
I don't want either back together, honestly.
Don't mind Alfie or whatever the fuck they're called. Phil and Sharon, maybe Phil and Emma, and then Sharon can just sleep with someone new, bring in someone new. Maybe fucking George Knight's trainer friend, you can sleep with him, give them something to do.
Yeah, just literally anything else other than with a fucking wooden child. It's Pinocchio. Keanu is genuinely Pinocchio. With about as much tact. Keanu had a kid with her, so that sort of ruined things. They don't have that. And now she's too old, it's a bit late. I know Dennis Jr. was meant to be like his son, but that got finished off. Yeah, well, ultimately they had to kill someone and didn't really want to kill anybody important, so they just killed Sharon's kid. And whilst Denny died, she gave birth to a new one. So, out with the old, in with the new.
In with the new. Why just Dennis?
He was like 15.
And he had a child.
Let's just fact check this here. Dennis Rickman Jr. It was just a shame of how fucking shit Denny became, because he was the son of fucking, he was 13.
And he had a child at 13.
Yeah.
Or is that retconned?
No, he had a child at 13 with Jada. Jada was 18?
What?
Well, I assume...
So, does no one realise that she
Jada fell
broke the law?
pregnant at 14. He was 13, she was 14.
Why is she now? 15?
Now she's 18, apparently. I don't know how old their kid is. Alyssa is... Well, Alyssa's not just a... Alyssa is 3.
I'm very fucking confused here.
Well, it's okay. It's weird. It's not very normal, but it happened.
Yeah, but Dennis was like 10 then.
No, he was 13. She was 14.
And now she's 18.
Yeah, because she's aged a couple of years. And Dennis died in like 2019 or something. It was very hammered in there, but it does technically make a bit of sense. So let's just not dwell too long on this. Next up, someone says Bernie. No shade to the actor, but Bernie doesn't do much these days except gossip in the cafe. I mean, it's better than what she was doing before, I'll say that much. Before, she was just there, just doing nothing, being gay. And not even really having fun being gay, just being gay and being like, haha, I'm lesbian, haha. The most interesting stuff she did was she had a crush on Tiffany but Tiffany used her for a while, and it's just fucking... When she was initially brought in, she was pregnant, and people thought that Keanu was the fucking dad. That's how scuffed the Taylors were brought in to be. Fucking hell, Keanu, been pumping your sister. No, of course not. Who do you take me for?
Well, it's Keanu. I could see it.
Someone just says, don't know if this is a hot take, but since she became the cafe gossip, it's the first time I've actually liked Bernie, lol. Yeah, I mean, it's more than what she was doing before. She's in the background at the moment, but she doesn't have a main storyline. Not everyone can, so it's fine. I like her too. Wish they'd done more with her surrogacy. Oh yeah, she was a surrogate parent. In terms of aftercare and maybe having her do some more emotional scenes. She has been a good actress in the past with her bigger stories. Honestly, I have no real lasting impression of Bernie. She's very boring and very shit. She could easily leave the show and I'd be like, sound. Keanu, Emma, and Vinny. I like Emma though. Emma
yeah.
I like Emma. Vinny shit though. Fuck Vinny, little loser. Next up, Keanu. Hired for his looks, as wooden as a 2x4, and makes me feel sorry for Mr. Reeves that they abused his first name on this character. Don't know why you're wanking off Keanu Reeves. It's an EastEnders's thread. He's not even that interesting.
He is sex on legs.
Yeah.
Mr. Keanu
well,
Reeves.
do you like having sex with everybody with the person that everybody else having sex with? I don't.
Depends how wide his hole is.
Like, fuck it, I don't know. The wank fest of Keanu Reeves. He's so nice. Sound. Who cares? He's a celebrity. Fuck off. He gets paid to play himself in stuff. This person goes, right, and why is he always squinting? Maybe it's purposeful to draw attention away from not being able to act. I'm not sure why not being able to act makes you squint. Like, see EastEnders, when nobody's acting with their eyes. We're not that far advanced. If he was hired for eye candy, we'd need him in just his underwear in a lot of scenes. Make it worth our while. Alright, you fucking objectifying men, you motherfucker. Stop objectifying Keanu. I bet he's got a sad penis. Doesn't even want to be there. I don't know. That's just a shit joke there. Not really much to go for. I don't want to see Keanu in his underwear, I'll be honest. Get his shirt off, like, come on. Get that out. He's clearly worked on his body. but don't need him in his pants. He's not even eye candy. Zach and Ravi are literally right there. And then you have this scruffy wooden man-child. I'm not a man-child. I've not been to school yet. There we are. That's man-child. I'd agree with Ravi. He is smoking hot. But Zach, I don't see it. He's a bit too cookie-cutter Essex boy for my taste. I like how this boring thread is so fucking boring. People are starting to talk about which fucking EastEnders characters they'd have a cheeky fucking pump with. Same, I like Zach as a character. He's grown on me a lot, especially after the Peach story, the Peach storyline. But he's not attractive to me. Glad we know this.
Just gonna bring in anti-horny man Gunter.
Anti-horny machine.
Here's Gunter to stop your horniness.
Just adding to mine.
Hold on, can I?
Whitney. Even if she gets given a good storyline, she makes me not care. Vinny, with his one note, prove myself to daddy arc, which that was done much better with Ben. It was not done much better with Ben. Don't fucking come at me with that nonsense. Callum, he's basically an agony uncle now. There's a lot to unpack there. I can fucking rip into this. Whitney needs to leave now. Because no matter how much she does, she's always that character who's just got fucking, her ribs don't even work anymore. They're all just cracked because every time just like you're happy now, fuck off. Jesus, yeah. And this one's for being there. Whoa, and I'm like, no, stop hitting me please, I'm just trying to live here. Everything she got given has turned into tragedy. There's genuinely nothing nice in Whitney's life. Give her a bit of time off. Bring her back with Tiffany, maybe, and have the sisters fucking roll the square. Maybe even make her the landlady of the Queen Vic when she comes back. Just bring her back in a big way, because when she brings back, that's where she becomes an icon of the show, not in this current stale fucking form. Vinny. Yeah, Vinny isn't going to be there for too much longer, let's be honest. He will be dying fairly soon, or leaving, because he'll try to prove himself to Daddy, but Nish will just end up going, I don't care about you. You are the least interesting part of this family. Ben didn't really do very good in his prove myself to daddy arc, because everybody remembers in 2019 when he was brought back, and then suddenly like, Keanu, do this criminal work for me, and then Keanu didn't work out, and Ben's like, yeah, I'll human traffic this fucking family. Yeah, that's fine. That's reasonable. Yeah, I'll set out a hit on Keanu that I'm not going to get done. I'll hang it over the head to make sure Stacy can't return to Walford. Maybe not. Maybe I was fucking sick of Ben's like, why don't you love me? He fucking does your shite bag. Just get over yourself, please. And Callum, he's basically an agony uncle now. I don't remember the last interesting thing that Callum as a character did. He just managed to fucking network his way up the fucking cop tree, and now he's like a detective in region, whenever the fuck it is, you know. Like, the fastest fucking trip up the fucking police system ever known to man. Someone just says, Callum just a sounding voice for Ben, Jay, Emma, etc. On the edge of loads of stories, just giving advice and support, but there's nothing going on for himself. It's almost like being a part of a very toxic relationship isn't very good for not the main character of the couple. Imagine that. Imagine not being Ben Mitchell. Fucking Tony Clay's got to fight in that writer's office to get any lines, whilst Ben's like, fucking hell, lad, another 7-page document about why Phil doesn't love me. Oh, well, guess I got to go for it then.
Yeah, poor Max Bowen.
Soap Superstar of the Year. It's not even his best year. Give it to him when he married Callum in that fun little wedding. Not this year. This year he's been insufferable. Someone just says, essentially saying, yes, I've talked about it before, but I simply dislike how Callum's character is just being Ben's emotional support and being Ben's guardian. He could be so much better. Right, an example of the three dads storyline that they clearly liked so much from Coronation Street is you have Billy, you have Todd, and you have Paul. Billy's been with both of these men, and they're all gay, and they've all become essentially a father to Billy's guardian, Summer. And whenever Summer needs them, they're all there. They're all kind of slacking each other off and taking the piss out of each other. But it's really wholesome. It's really fucking wholesome. But that's what you get when you have three characters all here. But you have Ben up here, Jay here, and then Callum fucking off the screen, just not even anywhere in this conversation. If you want this to work, you gotta raise them all up to the same level. Not just fucking... Sorry, Callum. You're just not Ballum enough today. It's like, Jesus. Someone says Sonia, which I don't necessarily agree with, but let's read a little bit more. So much potential with Sonia keeping the Jackson family name, growing with her own family, making them a staple in the square, but writers can't be asked developing her in such a way. Yeah, true. She's never really tried to have much of a family after Bex. And she's not really had a very stable relationship after Bex either. I'd like to see more Jacksons, even if Sonia is quite boring. But they just want to make her Dot, and they want to make, but she probably should pop out a couple more kids in this time then, lads. Bolts of the family. The families are low on units. Get Sonia up the duff multiple times. Have quads. Have Sonia and Reese try to raise fucking quads. Imagine that. Oh, it'd be fucking hilarious. Someone says, why would she want to keep her maiden name going when she hasn't used that surname in 20 years? It's not like it was even a birth name or anything. Carol just gave her kids Alan's last name after Billy was born because she didn't want to be a Branning anymore. Even after she and Martin divorced, Sonia kept the Fowler surname because of Bex. A welcome change, or weird tradition of women going back to the maiden name rightly after divorce, or in Sharon's case, going back to what's the day after Phil dumps her. Interesting. Yeah, she isn't really a Jackson anymore. She's a Fowler. She's now just a weird amalgamation between Dot and Pauline. So, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah.
But even fucking Pauline had her time in the sun. She had fucking Mark, she had Martin, and fucking Michelle. So, give her some more kids. She's always been boring in my opinion, even in the 2000s. Yeah, not really going to find many devout Sonia supporters. I liked Sonia initially, and I kind of liked her, but she's only really over the last year or so actually been given storylines again. So, give it some time and she will get better and more interesting. Just not really whilst we're doing this weird is Reese actually a bad guy thing, because that's really kind of this is supposed to be nice and wholesome, but Reese has stolen 25 grand from basically a dead woman. Maybe let's just give Sonia some happiness.
You know what? I'd say kill Reese's wife.
I mean, they're either setting up for her to die and some really big what the fuck happened, or her to just wake up and be like, oh, you've got a fucking kid now, have you? I thought you said you'd never leave me. Ain't that cute? I don't know. Like, I really don't know where they're setting up that storyline to go. I feel sorry for people claiming characters like Bernie and Felix are boring because they serve the role of community characters. Not every character has a humongous storyline all of the time. Yeah, I mean, soaps always have these throwaway characters who are there for the comic relief and they don't really do much. Take Mitch, you know, Felix, Bernie, they don't do much. Pretty much Honey the bulk of the time. Billy's there just to be there. A lot of these characters are like Ricky Butcher's a token example of a very community character. Like, you know, think back like Minty, think Gary. You know, they're just characters to like hold the fort down, you know? Alright, we need some comedy, we need some fun. Let's have like a Joker characters. Like in Coronation Street, you have fucking Kirk, you have Beth, you have like fucking... You know, you have all these characters who are just there to just pad the numbers, really.
Okay, Karen again.
Yeah, but she's shit, so... She manages to be annoying as comic relief. And they say, and for the actual question, Whitney, fair enough. This, I don't know if I feel like if Bernie or Felix left, I'd really miss them. The little characters are so important for world building and stuff. Yeah, true. There's always the characters who are going to get involved in other people's business. Just ask the questions and let the exposition roll. Keanu reminds me of Big Mad Andy in Peep Show for some reason. Andy struggles to articulate his feelings. Keanu struggles to articulate his words. Fuck's sake. Nice one. Love little Peep Show reference for people out there. Keanu, closely followed by Bernie. Get rid of both of them. Hopefully they go and Karen does. Agreed. We need a new family, lads. It's been too long. It's been at least 4 years. No, it's not. It's only been a couple months. A night's a new family. But, you know, just not the Taylors. Bernie, Vinny, and Callum. Exactly as said above. Felix, it makes me question why he's here if he never gets used. Love to see him get used at least for a few possible storylines like racism in the gay community. Felix would be an absolute shoo-in for that. Nice. Yep, the one gay person of colour on the show. I lied, it's not, but you know. Not many other options, really. Not many other people who could really fit that role. I'm sure they try give it to Ben. I'm sure they try, but
painting his face black.
Doesn't really fit the bill. The person from the other thread saying chronic loneliness storyline. Yep, talked about it in another video. Interesting way to talk about depression and isolation, even if you may be an outwardly loud character. Might be a bit similar to the Kim stuff, because Kim's the loud, like, bold character. But, you know, she hasn't really been lonely. She's just been a bit isolated with her mental health. But would be a good storyline. Reese! Sonya could do so much better. He gives me the creeps. I mean, he is a bit weird, like.
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's not.
You're
wrong.
I like Reese. He's one of my
W.
favourite characters. But if they stop making him steal from his basically dead wife, and they just make him like, oh yeah, I'm just an accountant. I got a lot of money squirreled away. Done. Easy. Not time to steal from my dead wife. Well, not dead wife, but kind of
unconscious wife.
Like, it's a bit of a grey area there. So where it goes, nobody knows. Don't get rid of Reese though. I do enjoy him a lot. Agree with all mentioned. I'd like to add Felix and Harvey to the list. Yeah, Harvey really is a boring character. Like, I don't know why out of all... He is, definitely. He's so mixed.
He's comic relief in a shit storyline between Stacey and Theo.
Yeah, It's just he brought in his kids and all his kids left, and now it's just Harvey. It feels like he needs that parental role, because then it adds a bit more layers to his character rather than just being with Jean. Like, I don't know, man. Well, I doubt I don't even think Jean really likes him that much. I think she just misses Daniel, who's dead, so she can't have any of that. Keanu and Theo. I don't think Theo's particularly boring. He's a fucking stalker. It's one of the most sensationalized story of the year. He's the villain of the year, apparently. Not very boring, like.
I was watching William Ellis's review, like his interview, and he was basically saying when he got on a plane to go to Greece or somewhere, there was a hen and a stag do. So like he was getting on the plane, and this was when people thought he was grooming Lily. So a bunch of people just go, "You're a nonce! You're a nonce!"
Nonce.
It fucking buckled me. But don't do that to people, please.
Oh, they are playing a character.
Because if you go on the middle of an airplane, nonce, they might go, "Yeah, guys, can we just check your search history here, please?" But that's just me.
Yeah, it's a bit of unwarranted attention, really.
Like, it's like there's a YouTuber called The Terrorizer, and it's like, could you imagine in an airport screaming, "It's the Terrorizer"? Like, you'll be immediately stopped and be like, can you just check your suitcase? It just, don't do that.
Yeah. Another one says Reese. Someone more so just saying, I don't mind Bernie. I want them to do more with her. Yeah, that's it really. I will groan if they announce a big storyline with her. But give her a chance. Actually give her something to do. My boring character for the bulk of this year was Jack, because he's just fucking useless and so shit. But that's mostly just because he was railroaded into being like a not very understanding dad dealing with a fucking wrath of teenagers and a wank marriage. But he's got more interesting lately. And the final comment goes, Vinny. He's the worst. Yeah, well, honestly, I'm not saying we did just do a video that talked about the EastEnders fandom and dogpiling. But how many of those were Keanu, Vinny, Bernie, Felix? Well, that's pretty much the entire list of all the boring characters. But there are a lot of other boring characters on the show. It's just some of them are a bit more likeable. Zach's fucking shit. Whitney's shit.
But he's sexy.
He's not even that sexy. He's a bit too oily to be sexy for me, personally. So that's your personal preference, right?
Time to bring him out again. Anti-horny Gunter. Hold on. Anti-horny Gunter.
I personally think Nish has been quite boring over the last couple of months because he's not fucking done anything. There's so many characters that, they go through waves of having storylines. We do some block storytelling. Oh, you got 2 weeks, then it's 2 weeks off, and then it's 2 more weeks on. And, these characters do get a bit stale. I think Phil's boring. I think Kat and fucking Alfie are boring. I think Sharon's boring.
I just, again, think Suki and Eve are boring because, you're having a storyline that's in purgatory. Just fucking continue the storyline. Just continue it, please. And I don't care if it upsets the Suki Eve fans. You know I'm right. You're sitting... Right, I'm going to read a tweet. Someone sent me. This is how I describe Suki and Eve. Just give me 1 second. This is how I like to imagine the Suki and Eve fans. Where is it? Right, it wipes Dorito dust onto a cum-stained sweatband. Boom. Time to pick out a flawless wife on the internet.
I like it. I like it. But yeah, there we are. Who are your boring EastEnders characters? Who do you like? Who do you not like? Who do you think needs a bit of time on the shelf? It's Whitney. It's fucking Whitney. Will they do anything with these characters, do you reckon, Piggy? Are we getting a Bernie or a Felix storyline? No. We're not. And that's just a bit fucking funny. I'd like to see Bernie maybe have a kid or something. I know she's gay. But it would be nice to see a genuine, like, you know, she was a surrogate, but maybe it would be nice to see her actually have a kid of her own and start trying to build a life for herself. And show how difficult building a life for yourself can be if you don't really come from anything. Like, show something like that. Show working hard to try and, like, get a nice little living. With Felix, show that isolation as the one commenter really wants. Show that chronic, like, loneliness. But
have Barney sleep with Dean Wicks, you know, that's where you bring him back. And then that's how she has a child.
But no, Ben Mitchell has to have another storyline. Like, wouldn't it be interesting if they... I don't know how common eating disorders are amongst, like, older men. But imagine if Mitchell fucking Harvey had this eating disorder storyline. Like I said, I don't know if eating disorders are common with, like, older men. But, like, imagine how much different that would be if that was given to a fucking Harvey or a Mitch rather than Ben. Give it to Jay. Give it to Callum. Give it to literally anybody else other than Ben Mitchell.
I mean, Jay's doing ketamine, so...
They just keep spunking storylines up the wall. And it's like, oh, I'm going to throw a dart on this dartboard and see what it lands on. Bloody hell, it's on Ben. Oh, fucking hand. Oh, and one more. It's like, oh, just come on. Give us a break, lads. They say that absence makes the heart grow fonder, but not in our case. We're uploading videos daily, so make sure to like the videos, comment on the channel, subscribe. Once again, thank you to all of the people who have been commenting and liking and just telling us what's been going on. And it's been great fun. So thank you for being here. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for helping us build a lovely little community for the Watching Walford channel. I have been Ash from Watching Walford, and I've been joined by Piggy.
Yep, and I've been joined by myself. Half sleepy, half awake, but, you know, I'm getting through it, you know me, just regular old chappy, you know, just trying to do his best. So yeah, again, if you like our stuff and you want to follow our socials, gladly follow our socials, give us a cheeky DM, please don't send your dick or fanny pics. But if you want us to give you our rating, just chuck us £5 in me. We'll get it on measuring tape and see if it's good enough for you. Well, I will. Ash will talk. We'll go, Piggy, so give me a dick pic on Twitter. And I'll be like, alright, let me have a look.
Nah, I'd be like, tight dick player. Love that home slice.
But again, follow us on Twitter/X, Instagram and Twitch at Watching Walford. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Watching Walford. And just to make sure, if you haven't followed us, just follow us, please. We appreciate it, you know. I don't care who's unsubscribed and watches us. I don't care, because I'm personally the one who does that. Because I'm like, oh, Ash just uploaded a video, I'll watch it on my main Piggy account. So yeah, or if someone comments something, I just sometimes reply on my Piggy account, because Ash controls the Watching Walford comments.
Exactly.
Because this character, someone could be like, I love Dean Wicks, and I'll end up spelling I love Sausage Man.
Exactly.
And then he's like, what the fuck?
Who the fuck are you?
So yeah, Ash does all the comments, while I sometimes reply on my own account. But yeah, again, follow us. We're delicious. Please.
Yeah.
I'm begging you.
Catch us in the next one, and bye-bye.